Hello friends, so today's topic is locomotion and movement. So I will discuss this in videos. The first one will cover the locomotion and movement with respect to the muscular system or muscle system. So what we see in locomotion and movement, type of tissues are involved or organic or organ system is involved. That is on each muscular system that comprises of muscle and another one is the skeletal system that comprises of many type of bones. Okay, so first the muscular system. So you can see the muscle may be three types. The muscle is a type of tissue system where the cells acts as a unit for contraction and relaxation. Means when we move or when we have any type of movement, it may be from one place to another place or sitting in a specific on a specific location, but moving our hands or legs or such type of things. So in both cases, the cells involved in the movement is the unit, that is the muscular cell or muscle cell. Okay, so what happens actually, these cells are able to contract and relax. So when it contracts, the all the organ system level, means muscle, the whole muscle is getting constricted, so it is lesser in length. So now maybe the hand is contracting, maybe hand is towards the direction where we are expecting to have, we have. Okay, so and in case of relaxation, we can move away the hand. Okay, so three types of muscles are there: skeletal muscle and cardiac muscle. That is, cardiac means related to heart, the heart muscle present inside the heart, that is known as cardiac muscle. And another one is smooth muscle. Okay, so skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. So in case of skeletal muscle, it is known as striated muscles. So what we see in case of skeletal muscle, the muscular cells are actually striated in nature, means many type of patch like structure or something like stripped appearance under the microscope, means lengthy some lengthy spots are there. Okay, so that's why it is known as striated or stripped. Okay, so these are, and another the characteristic of skeletal muscle is these muscles actually very adjacent or attached with the bones. Okay, means that bones means that skeletal system. Okay, that's why it is known as skeletal muscles. Okay, like whatever we bones we have, the type the bone systems and many bones are there na, that's there the muscle involved is skeletal muscle. Okay, so that is striated, it helps in the movement of the bones. So the next one is the visceral muscle. This is non-striated, means no stripped like appearance is seen in the microscope. Okay, so non-striated smooth muscle, and it is present mostly inside the blood vessels. Okay, in case of blood vessels, the smooth muscles is present inside the vascular layer. Okay, and even in case of gastrointestinal tract, we can see the smooth muscle surrounding the all of the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, so visceral muscle, it also it also helps in the contraction of the gastrointestinal tract. means that is that peristaltic movement. Okay, so peristaltic movement is there, right, in case of gastrointestinal tract. Okay, so visceral muscle, visceral, usually visceral, the term visceral is used to refer the things or the organs or the cells, tissues that is inside of the body. Okay, so you can see the in case of gastrointestinal tract, or in case of like blood vessel, that is located, the visceral muscle is located inside the wall. Okay, it is not the periphery part. Okay, so that's why visceral muscle or smooth muscle, and another name is non-striated. Okay, so next one is this one, cardiac muscle. Okay, so in case of cardiac muscle, here they missed, I think. Okay, so cardiac muscle is involuntary movement is there, involuntary contractible, right, because the contraction of heart is not controlled by the our mind setup or our decision, right. We can increase or decrease the rate and conduction of heart muscle contraction, but not the initiation or the stopping. Okay, so it is involuntary. Okay, so involuntary muscle, cardiac muscle. Okay, but in case of smooth muscle, you can see here, wait, sorry, here smooth muscle, visceral muscle. Okay, yeah, here it is written, you can see, the transportation. Yeah, so visceral muscle or smooth muscle is non-striated, and also this is this one. So this is the basic structure of muscle, muscular cells. So muscle bundle as a whole, muscle is there. So you can see the outer layer of each cell, and another thing, the sarcolemma is nothing but the unit of muscle fibers. Many muscle fibers get integrated to form the sarcolemma. Okay, so sarcolemma actually the layer of muscle fiber or muscle cell. Muscle fiber means just muscle cell covering this sarcolemma is present. Okay, okay, so blood capillary is written there, but blood capillary is showing here. Okay, so fascicles or muscle bundle means many muscle fibers are attached or conjugated as a bunch of things, so that is the muscle bundle or known as fascicle. Okay, so fascicle, inside fascicle many muscle fibers are there. So the next one. Okay, so this figure will show the, so you can see in case of muscle contraction what happens, the Z line and I band. So Z line and I band is there, and another one is the A band. So A means anisotropic. Okay, I means isotropic band. Okay, so Z line means the distance between two I band. Okay, so between two I band the Z line is there. So H zone is the in between distance, means the A band. Inside the A band, H zone is visible. So sarcomere means two Z line. Okay, so distance between two Z line is known as the sarcomere. Okay, so sarcomere is the unit of contraction. So what happens, Z line comes to closer to each other when muscle contracts, and when muscle relaxes the Z line goes further away from each other. Okay, so you can see the structure of contractile proteins. So the proteins involved in the contraction of muscle fiber, that is troponin, tropomyosin and F-actin. So from figure you can see easily. Okay, so one thing, troponin is the trimer form, troponin is present in the trimer form, so 3 units are there. Okay, red colored you can see. And tropomyosin, tropomyosin is circulated. Okay, or spirally circulated. Okay, spirally attached with the F-actin. So F-actins are many, that is ball like structure, means actually we can say that spherical shaped actin, F-actin, and surrounding it the tropomyosin is spirally attached. Okay, and on the top of the tropomyosin 3 units of troponin is present. Okay, So these three structures are present in case of contractile protein. Okay. Okay. So next one, here you can see the structure head and cross arm. So actin binding site, actin is the protein involved in the contraction, so actin gets binded to this place. Okay. And ATP binding sites, so ATP is the source of energy. In case of this contraction we need movement, so in case of movement we are doing some form of work. So when we are doing work, obviously energy is needed, that energy is supplied by ATP, and here ATP is the ATP binding site is present. Okay. So actin binding site and ATP binding sites are present on the head part or cross arm. Okay. So the next one is a mechanism of muscle action. So you can see first what happens, the ATP is joined. Okay. So ATP joined means ATP is converted to ADP and energy is released, so that energy will be used to contract the whole actin or the proteins involved in the muscle contraction, that is effectin and the tropomyosin and tropomyosin. Okay. So 3 units of tropomyosin and troponin. So formation of cross bridge, first cross bridge formation is done, then sliding means moving slightly over a layer, so sliding or rotation is occurring, then only it is contracted. So breaking the cross bridge means it is relaxing, and then again ATP is released. Okay. So ATP is used for ADP production and energy production. After the performance it is released. Okay. So another thing the important is calcium ion Ca2 plus, this is needed for muscle contraction. Okay. So here you can see the H zone and A band, that is in case of contraction that is coming closer to each other. Okay. So the distance between these layer or band is less in case of contractile condition, but when relaxed then the distance between these line or band is increased. Okay. So upper layer is there, upper layer you can see the actually the ATP binding site and actin binding site. Okay. So sarcomere. So up to this only. In the next class skeletal muscle will be covered.